Here's the media news. First, the top stories. Ogun State government to sell branded rice ahead of Christmas. Presidency says IPOB is sponsored by Treasury looters and opposition. Justice Minister directs states to arrest, prosecute hate speech makers. More than 50 passengers fell dead in capsized boat on River Kaduna. In foreign, China and India in a standoff over water management. Powerful storm kills 8 people, injures 67, others seen in Romania. Good afternoon, I am Aghemerio Oaikhenan, bringing you the news in detail shortly. Now the news in detail. Ogun State government is finalizing arrangements to introduce its branded rice into markets in the state between now and December, following massive rice planting of the commodity during the ongoing rainy season. The rice, to be called Mitchell's rice, will be produced and packaged from rice harvested from hundreds of hectares of farmland in various parts of the state. The Governor's Special Assistant on Agriculture, Mr. Tosin Adimwiwa, who made this known to Rock City FM in Abeokuta, says the branded rice will be injected into market between now and December. Adimwiwa explains that harvesting of 1,500 metric tons of rice has begun in various rice farms in the state, including those in Igua in the Yewa axis and Onigbedu in Ogun Central. At Igua Rice Farm, he says that rice will be harvested from 262 hectares of farmland and 110 hectares at Onigbedu Rice Farm, while another 100 hectares of rice farm will be harvested at Iloti Ijebu within the next 1 month. The harvesting of rice, according to him, will reduce the dependence of the state on imported rice and reduce its price in various markets. The Governor's Special Assistant on Agriculture also says the Ogun State government is working hard to solve the problems associated with clearing of farmlands in the state by making land available for the agricultural purpose. He also promises input and processing facilities for farmers to ease the logistics and branding in agriculture production. Former Executive Secretary of the National Examination Council, NECO, says certificates issued by the National Examination Body are now recognized worldwide. Professor Peter Okebukola made this known at a lecture organized by NECO in Minna, the Niger State capital. NECO certificate, according to him, is now being accepted globally due to the quality of assessment and solid foundation laid in establishing the examination body. NECO was established by the federal government in 1999 to serve as an alternative to the West African Examination Council, WAEC. Presidency has accused the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, as an agent of disgruntled opposition politicians and treasury looters seeking to plunge the country into confusion. The agenda, according to Information and Culture Minister Alhaji Lai Mohammed, is to destabilize the country, cause chaos that will enable treasury looters to escape justice. The minister, who leveled the allegation at a news conference in Lagos, also says that the agenda of IPOB sponsors is to divert attention from the efforts of the Buhari administration in gradually reviving the economy from recession. The presidency says it has no choice but to move against IPOB to prevent it from plunging the country into another insurgency like that of Boko Haram, which became a monster because it was not effectively tackled by the Jonathan administration. The Senate and top security chiefs are to meet over the reaction of the military to the activities of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB. Senate President Bukola Saraki, who made this known in a statement, says senators and military chiefs will explore the promotion of dialogue and peaceful resolution of all the contentious issues leading to tensions in the country. Saraki blames the growing tensions on the harsh economic conditions. He, however, asked people not to antagonize their neighbors, stop religious and ethnic tensions. Justice Minister and Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, has directed the Attorneys General of the 36th state to enforce the provisions of the 1999 Constitution against people engaging in hate speech in their respective state. Malami says they are empowered by Sections 174 and 211 of the Constitution to institute criminal proceeding against people who are overheating the polity through deliberate hate speech, which poses a threat to the unity, security, and peace of the country. The Attorney General, who issued the directive in Abuja at the summit on sex and gender violence organized for the Attorney Generals of the six states, explains that where the interest of an individual poses threat to the national interest, such individual rights must be subjected to that of the nation. He told the Attorney Generals that it is their responsibilities to bring the full weight of the law on those stoking the fire of discord, threatening the unity and security of the nation. The presidency says a bill seeking to establish Nigeria Peace Corps has not been sent by the National Assembly to President Muhammadu Buhari for his assent. It dismissed reports that Buhari is about to sign the bill, saying the bill is still in the National Assembly. Senior Special Assistant to the President on National Assembly Matters, Senator Ita Enang, who makes the clarification, says the Nigeria Peace Corps bill is yet to complete its legislative process at the National Assembly. Inang says he has heard reports of people buying forms, sewing uniforms, while some state offices of the organization are already operational. The presidential aide, however, wants that until the bill seeking the establishment of the Corps is signed by Buhari, it cannot engage people or generate revenue. The Peace Corps bill, which was opposed by police and other security agencies, was sponsored by Senator Bayero Nafada, which was passed by the Senate last July, but yet to be harmonized with a version of the House of Representatives. More than 50 persons have been found dead in a boat which capsized on River Kaduna during a heavy rainstorm in Niger State. The boat accident occurred on Sunday morning at Kiri village in Munya local government area. Villagers say the boat, which was conveying about 60 passengers, was heading to some market in Shiroro local government area when it capsized, and local divers were able to rescue 4 of passengers from the waters while search continues for the remaining ones. Spokesman of the State Police Command, Babalola Adewale, says Marine Police have been deployed to join the rescue team. You're still listening to the media news on Rock City 101.9 FM. Up next, we bring you foreign, business and sport news. Please just stay with us. On the foreign scene, China and India may have diffused a potential border conflict, but the standoff seems to have led to dispute over their water. India says it has not received from China any scientific study of the movement, distribution, and quality of water data for the Brahmaputra River from upstream China this monsoon season, notwithstanding an agreement. One of Asia's major rivers, the Brahmaputra, originates in Tibet and flows down to India before entering Bangladesh, where it joins the Ganges and empties into the Bay of Bengal. China has said its hydrological stations are being upgraded, which means it cannot share data. The river data issue between China and India comes after the two countries ended a tense standoff over a disputed Himalayan border area that lasted more than 2 months. The two countries have agreements with China that requires the upstream country to share hydrological data of the river during monsoon season between 15 May and 15 October. The Chinese side last week said there was a technical problem. Officials from Bangladesh, however, says they are still receiving water level and discharge level data of the Brahmaputra from China. A powerful storm in western Romania has killed 8 people and injured at least 67. Most of the victims were in and around the city of Timisoara, where winds of up to 100 kilometers per hour brought down trees and tore off roofs. Some water and electricity supplies have been cut off. Romania's emergency services urged people to shelter indoors and avoid going near trees or power lines. The storm is currently moving north towards Ukraine. And now in business. A nationwide strike called by a central labor body, the United Labour Congress (ULC), is taking off today. And joining the strike are members of major unions including National Union of Petroleum and Natural Gas Workers, National Union of Electricity Employees, National Association of Aircraft Pilots and Engineers, as well as National Union of Railway Workers. And backing out of the strike at the last minute are workers in the banking and financial institution sector, as well as aviation workers. But the Nigeria Labour Congress and Trade Union Congress have asked both Nigerians and presidency to ignore the strike threat, saying the ULC, which is organizing it, is an unregistered labor union and cannot organize any nationwide strike. And Labour and Employment Ministry also says the strike is illegal. Finally, in the media news, sport news. Super Eagles defender William Troost Ekong has scored his first competitive goal for Turkish Super League side Bursaspor in their clash against the newly promoted side Yeni Malatyaspor. Former Genk of Belgium defender scored the opener in the 12th minute before Martin Batala made it 2 on the stroke of halftime. Ekong had early scored for the Turkish side during the pre-season tour immediately he signs for the team. Ibadan-based club 3SC have been relegated from the Nigeria Professional Football League (NPFL) after Wiki Tourist defeated Gumbi United 2-0. The Oluyole Warriors now complete the relegated quartet from the NPFL. Already Remo Stars, Gumbi United and ABSFC all returned to the lower division after making an appearance in the just concluded season. That was the major news, and just before we go, the major stories once again. Ogun State government to sell branded rice ahead of Christmas. Presidency said IPOB was sponsored by Treasury looters and opposition. Justice Minister directed state to arrest, prosecute hate speech makers. More than 50 passengers feared dead in capsized boat on River Kaduna. On a foreign scene, we reported that China and India in a standoff over water management, and also powerful storm killed 8 people, injured 67 others in Romania. For more stories and to listen to us live, please log on to our website www.rockcityfmradio.com/live. Thank you so much for listening. I am Aghemerio Oaikhenan. Good afternoon.